Here's a quick update video for September. So there's some of the grape harvest. I'm chancing making some wine this year. The kale plants have lasted all summer long, just nibbling away at them. Tomatoes, I harvested the tomatoes yesterday and I've made some passata. I like passata because there's no sugar in it and it's lovely to add to frittatas and quiche and things like that. A nice blob of it here and there for a bit of flavour. The beetroots are coming on nicely. And I brought in some of the pumpkins because they had fallen off. The pumpkins are outside. The beans are taking over the tunnel. That's fine. I'm going to wait for these to dry and then I'll harvest them. I brought in the leeks from outside to dry to keep the seeds, and yeah, lots of beans. Still more grapes to harvest. I'm chancing making a kind of an old style Italian grape wine recipe that doesn't use commercial yeast or sulfates, just wine, just grape juice. So hopefully it works out. I'm not a big wine drinker, but a nice glass of wine is medicinal, in my opinion. Courgettes have been producing all summer, and this is the yacon. I moved one yacon plant outside because they get so big. They're in the sunflower family and they produce a tubular, a cross between a kind of a potato and a pear. Still not sure how to eat it properly, but I'll give it another go this year. Here we go. I harvested some of the lemon verbena yesterday to dry for tea. Another yellow courgette plant, and I just pop in onions as I find these little onions. I seem to be finding them like this around the place, and I just pop them in. And here's the lettuce that I'm harvesting all the time at the moment, and more beans up this side. The cucumbers took a nosedive in the middle of the month last month, but look, they're still producing. One second, they're still producing nice cucumbers. They started again, so I'm optimistic for them. Still a bit of rocket here to graze on with the salad mix, and this plant, I just find it superb. It's I think it's land cress, but that'll stay all winter. Like, that's just amazing to nibble on. And I'll just give you a quick tour around the place to see. So in here are a crop of potatoes. They're delicious. I dug up some the other day. I have some yellow raspberries here, very tasty, autumn raspberries, and I was saving some knapweed, wildflower. I was digging them up and saving them. They don't look like anything much there, but they're like a thistle plant and the bees love them. Here's the outside bed. Hasn't had much attention for a while, apart from the hens having a pick every now and again. There's a mixture of celery and parsley there, and there's some cabbages under here. Here's the tunnel. So we put in some slabs, repurposed, and I cleared out a lot of things that were here. There's the tomato and green peppers, and here are my salad trays for the winter. A mix of Asian greens, lamb's lettuce, more kale, peas, purslane, lettuce, and more Asian greens. I've been harvesting dandelion root, and I was making some dandelion root coffee, and I've made it a few times, but this time it was just so good. I think I didn't over roast the roots, so there's a creaminess. This is Selfie, one of my favourite wildflowers, because for loads of reasons really, but I like that it's low growing, and I'd be quite happy if the whole area was taken over by self-heal and dandelions, because they're both amazing plants to have. Amazing. This is my star apple tree. The apples are just so good. They're so good, and they get ripe so early in the season, and you can just nibble away. This plant here, I think it's bird's foot trefoil. It's got a yellow flower. Yeah, here it is, look. Bird's foot trefoil. So I'm delighted that there's a nice spread of that around here, because it's so pretty. This is another area here, my experimental clover area. I was growing it, I'm growing it to kind of take over from the creeping buttercup, and it's worked. The little herb, I'm not sure, is it Herb Robert? I could have that wrong. Okay. And Lady's Mantle appeared out of nowhere. And other types of clover, so pretty. And in the middle of it all, there's a mallow. So that was a nice mix. I'm going to spread some more of that and hope that it's not too late in the season for it to take. I picked some of these and brought them inside, and they just smell beautiful. The artichokes. Here's my veg plot area. So I'm experimenting this year sowing a green manure, and the green manure I'm sowing is Phacelia. So there's grass seed coming up because I was using the hay as a mulch earlier on, but the Phacelia is also coming, so I'm hoping it's going to work itself out. I harvested some calendula yesterday to make a nice balm, an everything balm, and there's radish in here. I've dried them and made them into I dried them with other herbs for a kind of a bouillon stock, shake on everything seasoner, and it's delicious. The radish gives it a nice kick. My outside beetroot that the hens got to nibble, but hopefully they're big enough that they'll still be okay. And haven't eaten any of these yet, but here's my Brussels sprouts. Yeah, maybe for today's dinner I'll have a treat of Brussels sprouts. Definitely one of my favourite brassicas. Okay, so we'll see how we get on during the winter with them. And there's the yacon that I moved outside because and it survived the transplant really well. Poor yacon, survived really well. And here we have the leeks, and there's one or two amazing red onions in there too. It's just like. So tasty. Pity I don't have more anyway. And the odd carrot. And over here are the pumpkins. I cut them back a bit because they had been taking over. These are the naked green pumpkin seeds. And I'm not sure what pumpkin that is. It's a bit of a Lone Ranger. The willow fence is, I think it's taken really well in some areas, and other parts where the base was I think the roots got dry around here. So I'll have to see what to do with that over the winter. There's the girls. Hello. Hello. Say cheese. Hello. Yeah, they still have a nice area in there, all stripped. And there's apples growing in there. They're kind of a Braeborn apple, but they're not ripe yet, which is great because by the time the other ones are finished, hopefully I'll still have apples to keep me going for a few more months. Yeah, I'm happy with this willow fence. It certainly has served its purpose of creating a fenced-in area. There's one of the my cob / hazel trees. There's another one in there that has cob nuts on it. I must investigate. This apple tree had hardly any apples on it this year, and it's usually laden down, but to be honest, I was nearly happy with the rest of the apples because there's a lot of work that goes into the harvesting of them. Here is the pond. All good. Spotted the goldfish yesterday. Still enjoying retirement. 4 goldfish in there. Over 20 years old. Anyway. I can't remember what that plant is called. I'll have to look into it. And some of the wildflowers came up, some mallow. And in here is the willow for basket making. So I'll be coppicing that over the winter. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'd love to hear about any adventures you're having gardening and exploring in nature and enjoying nature. It certainly keeps me going. Okay, bye bye.